The shadow is not a memory. It is a presence, moving through the frozen silence of Antarctica, through the ruins of endless war, and through the quiet wounds of those who have been told they are less than they are. To understand the why, we must revisit the when. We must go back to the beginning, to the dying world, to the ones who crossed the void, to the moment the shadow first opened its eyes. Before they came to Tiamat, the Ušumgal had a home, a world in the Draco constellation, cold and old, where the red sun had already begun to fail. They were not always cold. They were once flesh and blood, a living race, but the star died, and the race began to change. They stopped reproducing, they began cloning. The body became a tool, and the soul began to fade. They built a network, a cold collective, the shadow mind, a single silent voice that spoke for all. They built a fleet of chitinous, serpentine ships. They were not engines, they were extensions of the shadow mind itself. They were not conquerors, they were survivors. They crossed the void because their home was dying, and Tiamat was alive. They were drawn to the life force. They could not tolerate the warmth of a living world, but they could feed on the light of the mother. They were immense, some standing 12 to 15 feet tall. Their bodies were lean, serpentine, and built for cold environments. They were masters of psychic warfare. They could project cold, dissonant frequencies that disrupted the vril field of any living being. They were patient beyond human measure. They had waited 1,000 years to cross the void. They would wait 1,000 more, if necessary. The old kings were not killed. They were sealed. The Urma and the elemental kings did not bury them. They bound them in the heart of Antarctica. The world's elites are aware of them. They are not dead. They are dreaming. The seal is weakening, and the old kings are stirring. The originals are still waiting.